Hey there, I want to make this video for Andre Kotza, who is a coach of mine, a dear friend of mine, and an amazing business associate. And I want to make this video because if you're watching it, then that probably means that you're considering or at least on the fence of working with him. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. So, before I talked to Andre, I was at that point in my life where I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to make business online. I knew I wanted more control over my life, more freedom, and I wanted to make more impact on people's lives while doing it. But my problem was I wasn't quite sure what to do. I was sort of lost at sea. At that point I had been through several different online programs, learning a lot of different things, but none of them really helped me figure out how do I make money. And after talking to Andre, what he was able to show me to do was actually show me that business is actually pretty easy. You just really, in a way, just talk to people. I mean, there's a process behind it, but the process is very simple, right? And he showed me just how simple it is. So during his coaching, I realized that I wanted to go out there and do Facebook ads for people. And he was able to show me within just 3 weeks how to package it up, how to go out there and get my first client. And I actually did. I got my very first client who was paying me $2,000 a month, so $24,000 a year. And I was able to do that just really relatively quickly, and it was a pretty amazing experience. But even more than that, the biggest way, that's not even the biggest way that Andre has really impacted my life. The biggest impact that he has had for me was, it goes back to my girlfriend. So there was a point in time when she was facing sexual harassment at work, and she didn't feel as though that was something that she could report. And because she didn't want to report it, she felt sort of trapped, and she was actually having suicidal thoughts. She was thinking about considering killing herself. And so I remember one thing that Andre taught me, which was this skill. It's not just a sales skill, it's a business skill. It's not a sales skill, it's a life skill. It's something that you can use in all areas of your life. And I remember him telling me that. And so it was at that moment when I decided, hey, I need to figure out what the problem is. I need to figure out why she's so sad, because that's all I knew was oh, she's sad. So I started the conversation. I opened it up. I asked her questions. I literally took her through the sales process that Andre taught me. Just my objective at the time was to figure out what was wrong, not necessarily to sell her something. But I took her through the process regardless. And what came of the conversation was I got her to realize, hey, you need to go out and report this. And so she did. She actually took action. She reported it. And because of that, the guy that was harassing her, he got dealt with. She got moved to a new location at work that she's actually more passionate about. And she's a lot more happy. She got the help she needed. And because of that, her career is actually taking off. And she's a lot more happy. And she actually told me herself personally that conversation that I had with her, that was the one reason why she didn't go ahead and kill herself. That was the one reason why she's still with me today. And for that, getting that sort of feedback from her, I attribute basically saving her life and the fact that she's alive today to Andre, because honestly, everything I used in that conversation, all the skills he showed me, it was from working with him. So really, if you're just someone who's not even just looking to get clients, but you just want to have a better life, you want to be a better communicator, if that's something that you think you could benefit from, you definitely should work with him, because he will show you how to be the best at communicating that I've ran into. It's amazing. And yes, the skills he teaches, they will get you clients hands down, but it's such a universal, life-changing skill that if you're considering working with him, you definitely should. And as far as any other reason why you're on the fence, I mean, honestly, just look at the guarantee that he provides. He's the only person I know out there who he actually says that I will guarantee a result. I will work with you until you achieve the result that you want. And nobody else out there I've ever ran into does that. yeah, they offer like live Q&A calls where you can get on a call with them and like 500 other people and ask some questions, and then they'll give some sort of like vague of some sort of vague like overhead type of answer. But Andre is the only one where it's like, if you show up, do the things that he tells you to do, he's the only one who's willing to back that up and say that he will work with you personally until you achieve the results that you want. So if that's not enough to get you off the fence, then I don't know. I mean, I love working with him. He's just such a nice guy to talk with. You can tell that he's passionate about wanting to help other people, and his insights and his experience from running 7 and 8 figure businesses, it's insane. And every time I talk to him, I always learn something new. So anyways, I hope this video helped, and yeah, if you're considering working with Andre, I would highly recommend that you do so.